Hello everybody, and welcome to my school presentation. Now as you can see, I couldn't figure out how to make a video IRL. So, for those who are not in my school, like and subscribe. For those who are in fact in my school, also like and subscribe. Now before I start the video, there's some context that you should know. Context. This is actually a school project I was assigned, and I couldn't really find out how to record IRL. Either way, that would be giving away personal information, but I decided to multitask by making a video both valid for the project, but also viable for my channel. This project is about Matt Kaufman, the Chief Safety Officer on Roblox. This video will go over the following: background information, the people who are in background information, what is happening, who, what, when, where, and why, Matt Kaufman's opinion, the adults' opinions, kids' opinions, my opinions, a surprise guest's opinions, David's opinion, and questions. Now let's start with the background information. Don't mind. So, some background information we should know. Roblox has been recently releasing bad updates which are making the players unhappy, as the game isn't fun anymore and friends are less accessible. As you can see in the chat here, it says only people in similar age groups and your trusted connections can chat with you. This means that you cannot chat with some random strangers so long as they're not in your age group. The game isn't fun anymore, and friends are becoming less accessible by the second. This has first caused Schlepp to take the blame, because it was him who persuaded Roblox to take safety measures that backfired largely. Next, they realized it was the CEO, David Baszucki's fault, as the CEO was the one releasing the updates, and even if it wasn't his idea, the CEO of a company can usually say yes or no, as their vote holds 60% of the company's voting power. Lastly, they realized it was Matt Kaufman's fault, as he was the chief officer of safety at the Roblox headquarters. He was the one releasing these bad updates and suggesting them. Not many people know the CEO. Those are usually messengers for updates, as they hold the highest responsibility. Now, who are these people that I have talked about? We will start with Schlepp, the most important person on Roblox as of now. Schlepp is someone who is admired and very important in the Roblox community. He, as one singular person, has managed to single-handedly catch and get many, and I mean many, Roblox predators. In fact, his methods are so effective that the Prez even got arrested for these horrid actions. However, Roblox says he is impersonating young children and shrinking the player base of Roblox by exposing the dark side of Roblox. This has caused Roblox to permanently ban him and send a cease and desist letter to his house. This obviously gained insane backlash from the community. This has caused Roblox to update their safety features, which were also bad, which is why Schlepp was the first to blame by the community. We will move on to talk about David Baszucki. David Baszucki, as literally all of us kids know, is the Chief Executive Officer, or CEO for short, of Roblox. This is obviously why he was the second to receive insane backlash from the community, as he had the highest ranking and is the messenger of all updates. However, this backlash has gone so bad that he has received many death threats and many cursed videos of him. In other words, people are making an attempt to try and curse him. I will be shortly showing you a video of it if I am doing the presentation IRL. Otherwise, you can just search it up on your own. However, in a recent interview, he was seen almost crying from the hate he was getting from the community. Not to mention the 2025 RDC, they said that anyone who boos for David will be kicked out. In response, literally nobody of the 2,000 people attending clapped, just showing how much hate the community had for David. And then people finally realized that he was not the real culprit, but rather it was Matt Kaufman. Matt Kaufman. Matt is the chief safety officer of Roblox and is actually the one who keeps suggesting the wild safety features which David had to present to the community. He's the real culprit behind bad updates. However, regardless, David still had a say in these updates. Before you decide whose side you are on, you should remember that David only agreed with his company to keep investors happy and not go to war and have a bad relationship with his whole company. However, regardless, me personally, I feel like David is a little bit greedy because he is more focused on investors and money rather than the actual player base. Now, Matt has always been the culprit, shielded by the massive face of David on the company. Matt is now ultimately getting the same treatment as David once dealt with. Now people are urging David to fire or even sue Matt Kaufman. Now you may decide whose side you are on. Now I was going to do what's happening part, but the previous part basically explained everything. Now we will rapid fire through the next section of the video. If you have any questions about what is happening, you can ask me IRL, or you can comment down below your question and I will try my best to answer it. Now, we will rapid fire. Who? David, Matt, and the community. Maybe Schlepp. What? The Roblox backlash from releasing bad updates going from David to Matt. When? The switch up from David to Matt was very recent, as with the David interview. Where? There is no specific place other than Roblox headquarters or the community. Why? Because people realize that Matt is in charge of safety, which is exactly what the updates are targeted at, along with the fact that CEOs are usually forced to be the messengers because they have by far the highest amount of authority in their company. Moving on to opinions. Matt Kaufman. Matt currently doesn't have any much opinion publicly released. However, I will assume it's gonna be something like this. I am doing what I can to ensure the safety and fun of the community. You know, David has 60% of voting power in the process, so blame him. Currently, David also has no public response, so I will, just because I could not find the uncut version of the interview, although I could catch bits of him admitting to things he did wrong, as well as him saying he was trying his best to correct the ideas, but still, he does not have a child's mindset, so he will not be able to correct the updates well enough. In other words, he is trying his best. My opinion on the situation. And as we know, I am role-playing this guy as Matt Kaufman. Frick you. However, my personal opinion is Matt definitely deserves more hate than he is given, but regardless, David still has more power. While yes, David has made many mistakes, I believe he can change. All I want is for David to fire Matt Kaufman and use AI moderation a little less, because obviously it's not doing good. Fun fact, did you know someone used their damn thumb, drew a Sharpie face on it, and it passed the age verification check as a teenager? That is ridiculous, a thumb. Like, come on. Now, some of you guys may be saying that I am missing a kid's opinion. So I'll just call on one of you guys to give me your opinion. If you aren't really watching this presentation right now in my classroom, feel free to comment your opinion in the comment section below. Might as well like and subscribe while you're at it, yeah? Now, I can't seem to find an adult opinion either, hence the surprise guest opinion. My teacher. Now, once again, if you're not in my class, feel free to comment your opinion down below. Last but not least, questions about the situation. Comment your question down below and I'll try to answer it as soon as possible. Well, if you are in my class, feel free to ask the real me. Thanks for watching and I hope you have a splendid day. Don't forget to like. Just kidding. I am not that annoying. Bye. Insert epic outro music here. Do 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 do. Yeah, I couldn't come up with the outro. Just Bye bye, Matt Kaufman.
Come here, you son of a bitch.
Thanks for watching. Goodbye.